What is up, guys? It's Michelle, and today behind me I have a 2026 Porsche 911 992.2 Carrera. Although this is a base model, I would say the 911 is arguably one of the most iconic cars in the history of cars. I mean, look at anyone who's into cars, and particularly kids. Look at what's on their walls. It's either a poster of a Lamborghini or most likely a Porsche 911. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a first-hand view of the 2026 911 Carrera. We're going to be going over its exterior, interior specs, and most of all, driving. However, I do have a completely separate video on my channel that is specifically for only driving and for you guys to see how it feels like to actually drive a 911. I'm going to go ahead and link that now. Huge thank you to Jim Ellis Maserati for letting me use this car for this review for you guys. If you guys are interested in buying the wind. If you guys are interested in buying any car, check out Jim Ellis Maserati. They will take amazing care of you. But without further ado, let's get into this review. So starting with the exterior, I mean, the 911 is honestly classic. This is timeless. I love how sleek it is. I love how there's not too much going on. Although I will say, this is a base model, so there isn't going to be too much going on. If you were to look at, let's say, a GT3 or a GT3 RS, there would definitely be a lot more going on with that. But for the front is very, very sleek. We do have the iconic 911 lights. Absolutely love the way these look. If you guys are familiar with the Cayman, those tend to have more of a I want to say like kind of eyelash wing look. On the 911, it is going to be a circular design. As for the sides, very beautiful, very sleek. Overall, this coupe design is absolutely gorgeous and timeless, like how I say. Porsche does a great job at retaining how their models look. I mean, if you were to look at a more classic 911, they tend to overall have the same look, feel, and style. So that's something that I can personally appreciate about Porsche. I know a lot of people love how different the generations look, but for the 992.2 generation, this is what it looks like, and I actually think it is quite beautiful. For the back, we have this light that goes all the way across. This is absolutely beautiful, especially at night, in my opinion. It looks stunning. And we have a dual tip in the back for the exhaust. I would say these door handles are pretty flush. You just reach from the bottom to open it up and then it pops out. And of course, we do have the frameless doors. This is kind of standard, I would say, in most sport cars. As we move to the interior of this vehicle, you will notice right away there's a bright red fire extinguisher. This is an upgrade on the 911 Carrera, which is the one that we are in today, but this has come standard on a car such as the GT3 RS. I honestly love the way it looks. Some people may find it kind of annoying considering it is right below the knees, but I think it is nice. If I got a 911 Carrera, I would definitely have this as an upgrade. This is what the key looks like for the Porsche 911. Typically, the key is color matched, so that is kind of a cool option that you can get on Porsche models like this. And as for the wheels, we do have the 21-inch classic Carrera rims. So some people don't know this about the 911, but let me show you guys where the engine is. You're probably thinking, oh, let me pop the hood. Well, let me go ahead and pop the hood for you so you can see what happens. Here we go, pop in the hood. It is right there on the door. Kind of an interesting design. Never seen another car like that. Okay, what? No engine? So this car is not electric. All 911s actually have a rear engine. This means that instead of the engine being in the front of a car, it's actually in the back of the car. So you're welcomed with a beautiful front trunk, which is mainly found on electric cars. But it's kind of cool if you need to put your groceries in there or anything. So this will act as your trunk, and I will show you guys what the back end looks like. So this automatically flared up. So this would be the perfect time to tell you guys about the specs of this car. So this has a 3-liter twin-turbo flat-six producing 388 horsepower, and it has a torque of about 331 pounds. So I would say that the main difference with the engine being in the back versus in the front is actually how the car feels to drive. So driving a normal car, if the engine is in the front, you kind of feel like you're being pulled by the car. Versus with this one, me personally, I felt like I was being pushed by the car. And you guys will see a little bit more what I mean by that in the driving portion of this video, or also in my full driving experience video in another video on my channel. Here's what the cockpit from the driver's perspective looks like. If you guys see and notice that there's actually only one cup holder, so RIP to your passenger. I don't think any drinks are gonna fit in there. But in here I have C4. Dude, this flavor serial killer is actually amazing. Shout out C4. If you guys are looking to get any C4, you can use my code for 10% off, code Oregano at c4energy.com. Also guys, good news. There actually is a cup holder for the passenger, and it is right here. It is hidden. You just press it in and it pops out just like that. Additionally, Porsche holds so many different records for racing, and they give credit to actually having the start button on the left side of the steering wheel, especially in races like Le Mans where drivers are constantly going in and out of the car, which means that when a driver is getting inside the car, it actually shaves off fractions of a second just to have the start button on the left side, rather than the driver having to reach all the way on the right side just to be able to start the car. With that said, I'm gonna go ahead and start the car for you guys and show you guys what the exhaust sounds like. Before I show you guys the exhaust, I do wanna note, this is a 911 Carrera. This is not a GT3, not a GT3 RS. It's not even a GTS. So this may not be the most best sounding 911 that there is, but considering a base model, here's what it sounds like. So what did you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments below. Also, this car does have a rear spoiler that you can control from inside the cabin. Another cool feature that this car has is that if you're ever going over a speed bump, at the touch of a button, you can lift the front end so that you don't damage or scrape the car. Also, these seats are super comfortable. So I have been in a GT3 and in a GT3 RS. The GT3 RS actually went on the track with, and let me tell you, in just a couple rounds we did around the track, the carbon fiber bucket seats were very uncomfortable. These seats, which actually come standard on the car, are far more comfortable than any bucket seat that you will ever sit in. So if you're considering this car for a daily, I highly recommend just getting the standard seats, or at least seats that you would be comfortable in for long periods of time, because I got tired of those carbon fiber bucket seats very quickly. But on the flip side, they look insanely sick. Like, if I were to get a super sporty car, and particularly a Porsche, and if I wasn't using it as a daily, I would definitely get the carbon fiber bucket seats because they look insane. What do you guys think? Would you guys compromise your comfort over how good the seats look? Let me know in the comments below. But anyways, enough talking about the car. Let's actually get to driving it now. The driving portion of this video will not be too long. I have a completely separate video on just driving on my channel, as I mentioned previously. Make sure to check that out if you want an extended experience of how it feels to drive a 911. Also, I feel like I shouldn't have to mention this, but there are 2 seats in the back of this car. Do they have that much legroom? No. Are they great for legless passengers? Yes. Are they great for just holding your bags? Yes. Would I recommend you hold people there for a road trip or for a long period of time? Absolutely not. There is hardly any room back there. I honestly could extend my whole arm. Yep, I can touch the back of it. So there's not that much room there. I don't recommend having it or really using it if you plan to have passengers there for a long time. Okay guys, so we are now going to get into the driving portion of this video. Like how I mentioned, I have a completely separate video on my channel that is specifically for driving, so make sure you check that out if you want the full experience. But let's go ahead and start out in normal. So not too much going on right there. But we are now going to try sport mode. We now have the sport exhaust system on. I'm actually going to crack the windows a little bit just so you guys can hear it a little bit better. Okay, let's give it a quick little pull. Wow. Yeah, there's a huge difference there. Even in the sound as well. To be honest, this car is not too loud. I feel like Porsches in general, they're not supposed to be loud, but they are supposed to be fast, and they definitely look fast. Okay, now let's try Sport Plus. Oh my gosh. Dude, holy crap. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, that's insane, insane. Especially since it's like a rear engine. You can definitely tell that you are being pushed with the car rather than being pulled. I can't even explain it. I just feel so grounded in this car. Something I will say about how it feels to drive this car is that this car makes you feel like you just want to go on some back roads, maybe up in the mountains, and just rip it. I mean, it handles so well. Oh my gosh, dude, like, I literally feel like I'm flying here. This is crazy. Okay guys, so I just filled up the gas a little bit because it was a little bit low, and I definitely want to show you guys what that launch control looks like. So let's get back on the road and let me show you guys how crazy it is. Okay guys, so I am now going to go into sport mode, and I'm going to give you guys a quick little poll. Okay, now I'm going to go into launch control, and in launch control we get an extra 20 seconds of some extra throttle fun. So let's see what it sounds like. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, dude, that is insane. Holy crap. Oh my gosh, dude, this is insane. This is insane. It is such a huge difference in the Sport Plus and just normal Sport. Okay, here's how that launch control is on just normal Sport mode. Wow, oh my gosh, dude. That is insane. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm like baffled right now. That is crazy. That is crazy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it at all, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know your comments below, and please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 50,000 subscribers, and I'm definitely able to do that with your help. Thank you so much for staying till the end. Again, if you guys are interested in buying this Porsche or any car, contact Jim Ellis Maserati. They're an amazing dealership. Not being paid to say that. They are amazing people. But besides that, follow God, follow your heart, do what's good in this world, and I promise you good is going to come right back to you. Stay blessed. Love you all so much, and I will see you in the next one.